can go and stand in the square where Back to the Future was filmed, and, you know...
Hollywood's going to bed, where in Orlando's ordering another round of drinks.
If you've got a limited amount of time and your budget doesn't stretch to express passes, but it does stretch to early entry, that's an excellent way to get ahead.
Hello and welcome to Jump the Queue, the fun and informative podcast that helps you plan, book and make the most of your theme park holidays. I'm Sammie.
And I'm Sarah.
And we both work at attractiontickets.com, the UK's #1 experts for Orlando attraction tickets. And this week, Sarah, we're going to tackle a question that we hear all the time from customers. Which Universal should you visit? Should it be Universal Studios Hollywood or go all in with the huge Orlando resort? Each destination offers something completely different, doesn't it? So from a quick West Coast add-on to a full-blown Florida holiday. So today we're going to break down and see which makes each one special. Okay.
Okie
to kick
dokie,
things off,
do this.
Let's do it. To kick things off with a bit of fun, we're going to play a game of Hollywood versus Orlando. Ooh. Okay, here's how the game works. I'm going to fire out some scenarios, and all you've got to do is instantly just choose Hollywood or Orlando. No overthinking. We'll discuss it, but no overthinking, just a snap decision, Sarah. Ready?
Okay. Yeah,
Here
go.
we go. Drum roll, please. Here we go. Okay, 1 day visit.
Hollywood.
Best for thrill rides.
Islands of Adventure.
Better for first timers.
Hollywood.
More immersive experience.
Orlando.
Best for Harry Potter fans.
Orlando.
Top for movie fanatics.
Hollywood.
Friendship groups.
I would say both.
And young family.
Orlando.
One last one. Evening entertainment.
Orlando.
Do you know, I think we nearly hit the nail on the head with every one of those. I think you agreed with me every time as well. Let's go through them. 1 day visit.
Yeah.
Why Hollywood?
Because it's a smaller park. It's only got the one park. It's only the studios. So it's easily doable in a day. Whereas Orlando, you've got the 3 theme parks and the water park. Hollywood is a working movie studio. It's not like Universal Orlando, which is a theme park. Hollywood still functions as a working film production place, so consequently it's much smaller and you can do everything there in a day.
I agree. It's exactly what I would say. It's just so much easier just to get everything done one full day, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've no chance of doing that over in Orlando, so
Not
definitely
chance.
Hollywood for me.
Yeah.
What about the best for thrill rides?
It has to be, as I say, Islands of Adventure. It has to be because it's got the highest concentration of thrill rides in any of the parks. Plus, then you've got Universal Studios next door, so you can still hop over and go and do the Mummy. Hollywood is great, and it has got the brand new Fast and the Furious coaster coming very soon, which I am very excited to go and ride in September. So that's exciting, and I know that ride is coming to Orlando. So yeah, Orlando's got the better thrill rides.
I think so. I think because it's bigger, it's got more room to have more thrill rides, right? So, you know, but I mean, get on the Hulk, Velocicoaster, you can't beat those, can you? No. Better for first timers. I mean, I was with you. I'd say Hollywood for sure.
I think just because it's smaller, it's more compact. It doesn't need as much advanced preparation and planning and things like that. It's just easier to just turn up with no preparation, no planning, and just go and enjoy the day.
I agree.
That's all.
I agree, and I think if it's your first time at Hollywood and you haven't been, it's training for Orlando, isn't it?
It is.
That's what I think.
It is.
For sure.
But there are some great things in Hollywood that, Universal doesn't have, and vice versa. So they're both worth visiting.
Oh, absolutely. It's like if we skip a section and go to the top for movie fanatics, because we're talking about it, like you said, it's a real working studio. And that studio tour, well, it's Hollywood. The clue's in the name, really, right?
Yeah, and it's an hour-long coach tour around the sets, and it takes you backstage, and it just shows you where famous films were made, and television programs, and it's just got so much in-depth information. If you are a movie buff, you will love that. And if you wanted to go a step further with that, and you wanted to include the VIP tour in your Hollywood ticket, which I'm going to say is substantially cheaper than the Orlando version, and for Hollywood, does include your admission ticket, which it doesn't for Orlando. It's an add-on.
Yeah.
You can buy the Hollywood one with your admission ticket including the VIP tour. And if you do that and you're a movie fanatic, that is absolutely the tour for you, because you will get off the coach, you will go and walk around the movie sets and things like that. They will take you backstage, they will take you onto sound stages, and just things like you can go and stand in the square where Back to the Future was filmed, and lots of things like that. So absolutely, Universal Studios Hollywood, and it's where some amazing Universal films were filmed as well, so peak for that one.
Absolutely. And just sticking with that VIP one as well, because that's a really good point, Sarah. Also, if you've only got that one day, a VIP tour is fantastic. We've been on VIP tours, they're great, right?
Yeah, absolutely they are. And this one, as I say, just gives you so much more, and it's not, for me, it's not an unreasonable price when you factor in that you're getting the VIP tour, you're getting admission, you're getting the express passes for the rest of your day. It's such a good value for money. Oh, and lunch, don't forget the food. It's such a good value for money tour that I would absolutely highly recommend it. And again, with the ticket options, just while we're talking about ticket options, that is slightly different from Orlando. So Orlando, you're looking at your basic admission ticket, and then you add on express passes, you add on the VIP tour. With Hollywood, you're looking at your basic ticket admission prices, but then you can also buy the express passes with admission included, which you can't do with Universal Orlando. You can buy the VIP tour with admission included, which you can't for Universal Orlando. So if you need express passes for Hollywood, you're going to get admission included. If you need VIP tickets for Hollywood, you're going to get your admission tickets included. Not with Orlando. So bear that one in mind as well.
It's a really good point to make, isn't it? And if your budget doesn't stretch that far to VIP, there's also the buy one day, get a second day free, isn't there? For Hollywood. Not to be mistaken with Orlando. We get a lot of people make that mistake, don't they, thinking that's Orlando. Mm-hmm. That is Hollywood in California. But yes, if you buy one day, well, you can go again. As long as you do it within the next 6 days, you can absolutely go again and have a second visit if you are still there.
Yeah, absolutely. And, there is lots to see. We can do it in one day, but, take your time, pace yourself. Yeah. There's City Walk as well. We haven't even talked about City Walk, so we have City Walk in both situations. We've got City Walk in Orlando, we've got City Walk in Hollywood. So go and chill out in City Walk, and then go and have your second day in Hollywood as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about City Walk. Let's talk about that evening entertainment, because like you said, it's in both, isn't it? Mm-hmm. It's definitely in both.
It is.
I almost think that I hear more about the nighttime at Orlando than I do Hollywood. Have you been to City Walk at Hollywood?
Do you know what? I haven't. I have been to Universal Hollywood. I've not done City Walk apart from to walk through it. But it's got similar kind of establishments that Universal Orlando's got. It's just not as big. So much the same as the theme park, it's not as big. But definitely still worth a little mooch round.
Oh, definitely. So it's going to be at night time, like almost like Hollywood's going to bed, where in Orlando's ordering another round of drinks.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Let's talk about the first timers. Let's talk about the first timers. And we said, go to Hollywood. It's more compact, isn't it? You've got that iconic studio, like we've said. It's less overwhelming, isn't it?
It is. It is. It's as I say, it's not as much to plan. It's not as much to pack into the day. You can be a little bit more leisurely depending on what time of year you go. Obviously, there are going to be busier times than other times. Again, much like Disneyland in California versus Disney World, it's more of a locals park.
Right.
So you will see attendance peaks over the weekends because the locals come out and they go and play there. So if you possibly can, as a first timer, if you can go in a weekday, that's better. Also, standardly speaking, and I am talking very broadly because we can't cover every single month of the year, generally speaking, Hollywood has shorter opening hours than Orlando.
Right. That's good to know.
You know, just to throw that one in as well. But it does feel much more manageable for first timers. Because you've not got to think, shall I go to this park today? Shall I go to this one? Shall I go to this one? You've just got the one park to concentrate on. So it's far easier.
That's much better, isn't it? Whereas at Orlando, I mean, it's fully immersive with those lands, isn't it? Those themed lands. I mean, the entire resort is built around these themed lands, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And it does feel a lot more immersive in Orlando. So in California, there's no getting away from it. It's built into the side of a hill, and you go down these huge escalators that they're like shopping centre escalators into the side of the hill, and you can see the Hollywood skyline and the smog, and you're very much aware of where you are and the distinction between the lands. Like you'll walk into World of Harry Potter, and it's very similar, but the distinction between the lands isn't quite as flowy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, absolutely. Let's stick with that. Let's talk about the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. I mean, now that we've got the Ministry of Magic in Epic, I mean, that has just opened it all completely, isn't it? I mean, to our Harry Potter fans, you need to go to all three. You can't just pick one because you will miss so much in the others.
And you'll get the same question, Sammie. That's what we get asked all the time. Which is the best one for Harry Potter? And the answer is there isn't one. You need to go to all three of them because they're all very different experiences. Like you say, you've got the 1920s French Fantastic Beasts section. You've got Diagon Alley, and you've got Hogsmeade. Yep. Hollywood, you're just looking at Hogsmeade, and it is a very, very, very similar layout to Universal Orlando. That Hogsmeade is Hogsmeade. You've got the similar kinds of rides, with the exception that California is missing Hagrid's Magical Creature Motorbike Adventure ride.
Wow.
That will not be there. So you've got the Forbidden Forest ride, you've got the Flight of the Hippogriff, you've got Ollivander's, but you do not have Hagrid's.
Yeah, and that's definitely one that people would miss. You know, that is the most amazing ride. Just come back off Express, Sarah, hasn't it, as well?
Yeah.
You know,
sadly,
that ride's been going for a couple of years now. We've waited a long time for it to be on Express, and as fast as it's gone on, it's come off.
And
it's so popular.
It is. Yeah. But again, Hollywood, you have the Leaky Cauldron, so you can still go and get your English style food there. You're still going to have all the butter beers, all the merch, things like that, but it's not got the scope, the different lands that Universal Orlando has.
Absolutely. Over in Islands of Adventure, like I said, you've got Hogsmeade, you've got the castle, haven't you? You've got Ollivander's, where the wand chooses the wizard. That's a fantastic show, and if you're lucky enough to be picked out, you've got Diagon Alley, King's Cross Station over in Universal. You've got Nocturne Alley as well for all our dark arts people. You've got Nocturne Alley over there. And then the Ministry of Magic. I mean, every single part, you will feel like you're in the film. The theme in it is incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, it absolutely is. Is.
You are totally immersed.
Also, just to say as well, not only does Hollywood not have Magical Creatures Adventure Hagrid's ride. Also doesn't have the Hogwarts Express because we're not travelling between two parks, so we don't have the Hogwarts Express to ride either. So you have as you do in Universal Orlando, you have the front portion of the train where you can go and talk to the train driver and things like that, but not an actual physical choo-choo.
Yes. Don't get that experience.
No.
But either way, you're going to have a great time. If you're a Harry Potter fan...
You're still going to have a great time. You are still absolutely going to have a great time. And I will say, just while going slightly off from Harry Potter, but in terms of immersive experiences and things like that, Hollywood has the better Jurassic Park ride.
There you go.
Because it's not Jurassic Park, it's Jurassic World, and it's the undersea bits and the screens and everything else like that are just... Mwah.
There you go. Love that. Let's move on to friendship groups. So, what were you thinking here? Sort of Hollywood?
So,
what were you thinking?
I think I said both, didn't I, for this one? Because I actually can't make a distinction between these two. I think there are things to do in Hollywood and there are things to do in Universal Orlando as well. I think equally you're going to have a good time in either of them.
Yeah,
really.
I think it depends how much time you've got, really, I think.
Yeah.
You know, if you've only got a day to go to Universal, then it's going to be Hollywood because you'll have so much fun. But if you are there for a few days, well, you've got multi-day fun then in Orlando, haven't you? So I think I'm with you. I'm like, both, really. I can't pick.
Yep.
I can't pick. Young family.
So again, much like most of the theme parks throughout, you know, West Coast, East Coast distinctions, there are things for everybody in both of them. So I'm going to say that Universal Orlando has more for young families because, again, you are spread out over the three parks. Hollywood, you're very much pinned into, you know, specific areas within that. So they have The Secret Life of Pets. What an adorable ride that is, and an absolute must do. You know, you're still going to have your Shrek, you're still going to have your characters, you're still going to be able to meet the trolls and things like that, but it's a smaller concentrated area. And I would say because the movie tour is such a huge part of Universal Hollywood, that's not always suitable for young children to be sat on a bus for an hour time. And again, just in terms of young families, if you are going to do the tour and you don't have to sit on the bus, you can skip that completely, it's not mandatory. But if you are going to do it, toilet stop before you go, people. Just try for a little wee. That's always how you used to tell mine. Just have a little try.
Absolutely, it's quite a long one. It's quite a long tour, isn't it?
Yeah, but yes, I'd say, and Universal Orlando, you know, it's got all the splash parks and things like that. So I think it's slightly better for a younger family. Yeah,
definitely. You know, I always think less walking. If you've got a young family, less walking. It's fewer steps, fewer meltdowns.
Yeah.
Win-win.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So definitely for that. And they've got great character experiences.
They absolutely
as well.
have. Yeah, and both of them have got them.
Yeah, and we all love a character. You don't have to be a child. I'm always in those queues. Yeah, I'm first.
Absolutely.
Sure.
And just in terms of things like that, like Universal Studios Hollywood pioneered quite a lot of the things that then transferred over to Epic and, you know, things like that. So the classic Universal monsters, they were first in Hollywood as a walkabout meet and greet characters. So you met Dracula, you met the Bride of Frankenstein, you met Frankenstein, and they thought, oh, do you know what, this is quite popular, maybe this would make a very good portal in Epic, and there we go, that's there. Super Nintendo World, obviously it was in Japan and then transferred over to Hollywood and then over to Orlando. So Super Nintendo World in Hollywood is very, very similar to the one in Epic, slightly smaller, doesn't have Donkey Kong, but still very, very similar. So Hollywood tries a lot of these things out, and then I think it transfers over to Orlando. Fast and the Furious ride, another case in point.
Testing them out.
See what it's like. Right, we'll transfer them over to Orlando. So, yeah. But yeah,
I love that.
I don't know what the point was there. I'm just, you know.
I love that. Hollywood Studios is the guinea pig for Orlando Resort. I love that.
It is. It is.
That's
And
brilliant.
just whilst I'm mentioning Super Nintendo
Yeah.
World, because I will forget, again, Hollywood Studios, Universal Hollywood, you can buy, not through attractiontickets.com, but just for your information, you can buy early access to Super Nintendo World. Now, that's something you cannot do in Universal Orlando. For Universal Orlando, if you want early entry, you are going to have to be staying at one of the Universal hotels. Doesn't matter which one, any of them, you get early entry. Hollywood, you can buy an early entry pass for Super Nintendo World, and that's really a good start to your day, because then it gives you a little boost to get ahead of the crowd, so you can do everything in Super Nintendo World, and then you're set up to go and do Fast and the Furious ride when it opens, and the Mummy, and things like that. And it's only, I think it's from $20 plus tax.
Right.
But absolutely, if you've got a limited amount of time and your budget doesn't stretch to express passes, but it does stretch to early entry, that's an excellent way to get ahead, I think.
Excellent. Is it very similar to the Nintendo World in Epic Universe?
It is. It is, just on a smaller scale, and as I say, doesn't have Donkey Kong in there, but very, very similar. The Toadstool Cafe there, much like in Epic, always busy. Please make bookings.
Please make bookings.
QR code, scan that, make your booking, get that booked. And dining options as well, whilst we've spoken about dining options. Universal Hollywood have just introduced a dining pass that is not available in Universal Orlando. So I think, again, it's from $65, but that will give you 2 meals and 4 sides. Now you can then split that, so if there's 2 of you, you can split that between the 2 of you, so it's $32-ish per person, and you're going to get a meal each and 2 snacks. So that is a really good way to budget. Again, if you are looking to budget, I think that is a really good way to budget for your day. And you can use the meals in the Leaky Cauldron for Harry Potter, and you can use them in Super Nintendo, and you can buy like the snacks like the big pretzels and the power-up drinks and all kinds of things. So actually, I think that's a really good way to budget if you are on a budget. And it's something that Universal Orlando doesn't offer currently. As we've said, testing ground, maybe it will transfer over.
Well, they used to do it. Orlando used to do it. I've had the pass many times, and they used to do it. I think they're toying, playing with all different options at the moment to see kind of what works. But when we used to take my children when they were smaller, any meals that I could prepay, absolutely, that's what I'm doing, because it just means you're spending money. So absolutely, I think it's a great option, Sarah, for sure.
I think that's well worth it. And I think if your budget doesn't stretch as far as express passes and things like that, early entry and your meal pass, I think that's a good, sensible choice.
Perfect. Well, now that we've warmed up, let's dive into the big question. Which one should you visit? Well, personally, I'm going to say both.
I'm going to say
each
both.
one. Yeah, each one delivers thrills, but in a different way, right? But let's discuss them. We'll discuss both of them, but how easy is it to travel there? Let's start with Hollywood, with the Universal Hollywood. How easy is it to travel there?
You've obviously got a longer flight to get into LA.
Yeah.
12 hours versus 9 hours for Orlando. But once you're in LA, LA traffic is very temperamental. Very temperamental. So I'm going to say it's around a 40-minute car journey over to Universal Studios. It's in the Burbank area of California. So it's close-ish to the airport, but traffic can be problematic. I think, to be honest, it's a similar travelling distance whether you're going from LAX to Universal Hollywood or you're going from Orlando International to Universal Orlando, because it's around about the same kind of time period.
Sure.
Easy to get there, Uber wise for Hollywood. Same with Universal Orlando, or the Universal Orlando have obviously got the Superstar Shuttle. If you've got a hotel stay booked, you can book the Superstar Shuttle and go on the coach there. So I don't see that there's an awful lot of distinction in between ease of travelling for either.
Can you get the metro in Hollywood?
I don't know. I have never done it because I am a bit scaredy pants. I don't think it's close to any metro stations.
Okay.
Because metro is kind of... LA public transport is not great. It's fine if you're in central Los Angeles, but it's not great for travelling out of those areas.
I'm like you. I've never took the metro there. I'm not sure if you can, but I'd be like you. I'd be like, no, I'll get an Uber. Just take me straight there. Yeah,
absolutely. It's all about saving time, and I don't want to be dragging luggage and things like that over.
No,
just go.
No, me neither. I think we've kind of discussed this, but how many parks can you visit? So Hollywood, one. And then Universal, well, they've got 4 if you include Volcano Bay, haven't they?
They have. Yeah.
You know, or as I would say, lots of blisters to conquer in a day at Universal Orlando. Multiple parks. I mean, they'll keep you busy for a week, right? Over in Orlando.
Absolutely.
For
sure. And also, just to touch on hotels, obviously Universal Orlando, lots of hotels. How many hotels have they got, Sammie? Is it
oh my gosh, should we count them? Yeah, they've got so many now, because we've got Helios, Terra Luna, Stella Nova, the new ones, haven't we? You know, then we've got, great. Let's count them. Yeah, let's count them. Then we've got endless summer resorts. We've got Surfside and Dockside. We've got Cabana Bay, Aventura as well, Sapphire Falls, Lowe's Royal Pacific Resort, Lowe's Portofino Bay, Hard Rock Hotel. Have I missed any? I think that's the
Royal Pacific. So 11.
11. Yeah, 11.
Versus 0 at Hollywood.
There you
now,
go.
I'm going to say 0 because they are not official owned by Universal hotels. We do have a couple. We've got the Sheraton and the Hilton, but they're the Sheraton and the Hilton, and they are preferred partner hotels. There is no official Universal hotel, so there is no early entry for hotel guests because they're not Universal hotels. They are very, very close. They are very close proximity. 5-minute walk away. For shuttles, but not actually a Universal hotel. So, just so you're aware.
Yeah, just so we know. Why is it so special to visit these parks, either destination?
So Hollywood, it's the home of movie making. Is that not the reason that a lot of people go to Hollywood? Just generic.
Absolutely.
Hollywood.
Absolutely.
Because
it's where the movies are made.
It's where the movies are made. Yeah. And, you know, that's what makes it so special, is that it's where classic Universal films were filmed. You can walk on the sets where these things were filmed. You can see. So that's what makes that one special. Universal Orlando is, again, it's the home of movies, but in a different way. It's the home of movies where you can walk into Harry Potter world and feel like you're walking onto the film set. You can walk into I don't know, dark universe and feel like you're walking into a set of a Hammer horror film or something like that. Do you know what I mean? So it's just,
I do.
Yeah,
I think that's what separates them. I think for me, Hollywood is where the movies were actually made. Yeah, and I think Orlando's more of a Universal universe, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, of its own. I kind of think like that. For me, I think Hollywood's a sprint, Orlando's a marathon. You know, if you kind of put it like that, I think that's kind of how it is.
Yes.
What about the themed lands that we can visit?
So obviously, Universal Orlando, we have a lot. We've got everything in Epic. So we've got Super Nintendo World. We've got Dark Universe. We've got Isle of Berk. So How to Train Your Dragon. We've got the Ministry of Magic and Fantastic Beasts. We've got Celestial Park. We've got Harry Potter Diagon Alley, we've got Harry Potter Hogsmeade, we've got Jurassic Park, we've got Toon Lagoon.
Yep.
Marvel
Zeus
Cinematic,
Landing.
not Marvel Cinematic, Marvel Comic Book Universe, not the Cinematic Universe. We've got Zeus Landing, we've got The Simpsons. I'm missing things, I know I am. New York, San Francisco.
New York. Absolutely, San Fran, yeah. There's just so many, isn't there? You know, to kind of list them all, there's just so many. This is why it's so immersive, because there's so many. You can walk out of one and straight into another. And you get a totally different experience as well. I think they're absolutely fantastic. You know, I definitely feel like I'm in the movies when I'm in there.
Exactly. Whereas I feel that Hollywood doesn't have lands.
Right.
It has areas. So with the exception of Hogsmeade, there are areas, so there's like the New York areas, Secret Life of Pets, things like that in there. There's a Simpsons area, but it's not onto the same scale as the Simpsons land is in Universal Studios. So it's Jurassic Park is pretty much just the ride. It's not a whole land. So I feel like Hollywood, you have areas, you have pockets. But Universal, you have lands.
Yes, you do. Where else could you go to learn to be like Kung Fu Panda? You know, I think they're just great parks, aren't they?
Yeah,
for sure.
They are.
Short break or long trip? What we thinking?
Long trip, Universal Orlando. That's too much. And short break for Hollywood, because you can add that on if you're doing a road trip around California, which lots of people do. That's an easy slot in to your trip. It's not going to take an awful lot of time. It's a day. Go and do that. Carry on with your road trip. Yeah,
I agree. I think for the ordinary person, not you, Sarah, but for the ordinary person, people don't tend to go to Orlando for a weekend, but yet they will go to LA for a weekend, which is much further on a flight. But they'll go there Friday to Monday. But for Orlando, apart from yourself, you wouldn't dream. You wouldn't dream of people. Sarah is the best at weekend trips to Orlando. Yeah,
extreme weekends.
She's your gal. She's your gal. Should you need any advice over weekends? But ordinarily, people wouldn't dream of going to Orlando just for a weekend, would they? There's far too much to do, isn't there?
There is. There is. And even if you're looking at just one day at each of the theme parks and one day at the water park, that's 4 days. Yeah. Well, that you've gone past the point of a short break by then. So, you know, and I'm sure you would say the same, Sammie, that really for Universal Orlando, you would need more than a day in each park to do everything, you know, thoroughly.
Absolutely. You're going to need 5 days. You've got 4 parks for a start. You're going to need at least 5 days, for me anyway. I want to do each one once, and I want to be able to go back 5-6 days, you know, I would need there for sure. Yeah. I think they're great. They're such good parks. We haven't touched on the hotels, but I've got a question here, a lovely question that's been sent in from one of our listeners. So Phil has sent in a great question. So hi Phil.
Hi Phil.
We're going to answer that for you, and we're going to kind of go on to hotels now, because Phil says, which resort gives the best value for money when you factor in tickets, hotels, food and express passes?
Well, I'm gonna say it's one of the signature hotels in Universal Orlando because of the unlimited express passes. So Loews Royal Pacific, Loews Portofino or the Hard Rock Hotel, because you're going to get early entry into the theme parks. You're going to get unlimited express passes just for Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure, not Epic Universe. None of the hotels include Epic Universe. Tickets, you're going to have to factor in, regardless which hotel you stay at, you're going to have to factor tickets in on top of that, and the same with food. But because of the unlimited express passes, I'm going to say one of the signature hotels. So I personally, Hard Rock is my favourite, but the others are both equally lovely and a similar distance and transportation options and things like that. But yeah, signature for the win.
Yeah, I agree. Hard Rock Hotel, Lowe's Portofino Bay, Lowe's Royal Pacific Bay, Lowe's Royal Pacific Resort. They're your three that are going to give you those free unlimited express passes. Like Sarah said, only to Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure. You know, people look at the price and I think, well, the room price may be expensive, but once you price up express passes separately, suddenly you're practically staying there for free. Well, that's what I tell myself. And my accountant, my very frugal husband, or Girl Math, has checked and agrees, so we're good. But absolutely, you stay there even just for one night. I mean, I can price up for a family of 4 for express passes for 2 days. We're looking at £2,000. They could stay there for maybe 500, 600, 700, depending on the time of year, just for one night for their family of 4, and they've all got express passes for 2 days. I mean, to me, that's a no-brainer. So definitely, Phil, I'm saying the best value for money, if you're including express passes, has to be one of those 3 hotels.
Yeah. What we'll also say, Phil, is if you are not interested in express passes, one of the best value for money hotels, in my opinion, particularly if you have a larger group, a larger family, it's going to be Dockside or Surfside.
Yeah.
Because you're getting that 2-bedroom option, and it's a really good value for money price.
I agree, and of course where it's situated, Sarah. So it's situated on International Drive. You are not a captive audience being in the resort. You can go out to a selection of different restaurants, can't you? Just jump on the iTrolley if you don't have transport up and down International Drive. You've got so many different options where you can find that cheaper food as well if you want to. There's all sorts. There's even McDonald's down on International Drive, so you'll be fine. There's it depends what your budget is and where you like to eat, but I think they're great hotels situated there. But I do like my signature one, Sarah. I do like a little bit of luxury. Listen, nothing says luxury rather than being back at the pool while everyone's still queuing for Hagrid's. There you go.
Yep.
I've done it. I've done it. You've got that express, you are in and out of those parks, aren't you? You get through them so much quicker.
Even though your check-in time with Universal is typically 4 o'clock, if you want to go and you get your express passes for the check-in day, and absolutely, why wouldn't you want to make use of it? You can go and not check in, but you can go and pick up your express passes at any time. So if you want to go at 7 o'clock in the morning and pick up your express passes, go and pick up your express passes at 7 o'clock in the morning. And then Universal will give you a text or an email and let you know when your room is ready at 4 o'clock. But by that time, you've already had a full day of flashing the past, living the superstar lifestyle. Look at me, look at me.
It's very true though. I mean, I think they start checking you in, from 5:30 onwards. Like you said, your room won't be ready. Leave your luggage down at Bellhop. They'll look after it for you. Remember to just have some cash to tip them when you pick it back up. But yes, they'll give you your express passes, because your express passes are your room keys, and everyone will have one. Even little Jimmy, that's only 4, he will still have his own room. Room key. And go off, like Sarah said, enjoy the park, have lots of fun. They'll text you, give you your room number. And more often than not, you can just go straight to your room. Sometimes they like to exchange your keys, not always though. Sometimes you can just go to your room. And I just think, get there early. There will be a bit more of a queue at that time in the morning because everybody's going to kind of do it. But it means you get into those parts because you can take part in the hour early entry that day as well. So you've got that bonus as well. And of course, your next day when you're getting up, you've got the hours early entry. And it just makes so much difference. An hour earlier than anybody else. You've got your express passes, back, Sarah, just how you like it, back in the pool in the afternoon.
Yeah.
That's Universal Orlando Resort. What about Hollywood? Let's answer Phil's question for Hollywood. What's the best thing he can do there for his budget? So,
again, as we said earlier, 0 Universal hotels in Hollywood. So you're looking at a partner preferred hotel. You don't have to. There are equally huge amount of rooms in Hollywood, but your benefit with staying near to Universal is just that, it's proximity. So if you want to be walkable distance to Universal Hollywood, then you're looking at the Hilton or the Sheraton. There are another couple motel style hotels that are close-ish. Some, like the Garland, will offer shuttle buses and things like that, but if you want to be as close as possible to the movie making magic, then you're looking at the Hilton or the Sheraton. Now these hotels, I'm staying at the Hilton in September, they are not cheap. They're not cheap. So versus Universal Orlando, their signature hotels are much, much, much better value for money, and actually far cheaper than the Hilton.
Of course, if you're only getting that one day ticket, Sarah, as well. I mean, Phil's tickets cost is going to be cheaper, isn't it? Because he is only going to go to one.
Yeah, and we've said the Universal Studios Hollywood, your ticket price is cheaper, your Express is going to be slightly cheaper, your VIP tour is going to be slightly cheaper. So it's kind of a swings and roundabouts thing. Your cost of your ticket is going to be cheaper, your hotel will be more expensive in Hollywood. In Orlando, your hotel is going to be cheaper and offer you more features, more benefits, but your ticket price is going to be slightly higher. So it's one of those. Equally, you can stay anywhere in downtown LA and you can Uber over to Universal Hollywood. It's not going to cost you a fortune. But for me, the only real benefit of staying the Hilton or the Sheraton is the proximity to the theme parks. It's a walkable distance.
I agree. And I think, Phil, if you're not sure which you want to go to, whether it is LA, whether it is Orlando, I think it's also looking at lots of other factors that come into it, not just budget, isn't it? It's what time have you got? Who's going? Where else do you want to go? It's all of that as well, isn't it? And of course, if you're going to LA, that is going to higher your budget anyway, isn't it? A little bit.
Yeah,
so
hotels in LA are a lot more expensive than hotels in Orlando, so it's just one of those.
I hope that answers your question, Phil. If you want to discuss it further, please do contact us. We're all happy to have a chat and see which way is round for you. But Sarah, that's it for this episode of Jump the Queue. Thanks everyone so much for listening. Don't forget to please like this episode and either subscribe to our YouTube channel or give us a follow on Spotify, just so you know when the next episode is coming up. You'll get a little warning. We'd love to hear in the comments below which Universal resort is next on your bucket list. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.